Good morning. It is Monday, January 4th, and you're here with me, Kelly. As I get a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. Um, yeah, I put milk in my tea. It's the English in me. I think it's English. Um, so it's January 4th. It's Monday. Happy New Year. I'm Kelly. This is my channel, Don't Run with Scissors, where we talk about crafts, life, my Jeep, my kids, my dogs, and anything else that I want to talk about. Because, yeah. Um, did everybody have a good New Year? I had fun. We went over to my friends and we ended up spending the night. What did we end up doing? Oh, we did a nacho taco bar. Um, so fast hint, get a rotisserie chicken, pull that sucker apart, mix in some taco season, and all of a sudden you've got Mexican chicken to throw into burrito shells, chicken tacos, chicken nachos. It was really super easy. Bought a couple of bags of the Nor. It's the green bag. Spanish rice, whip that up. Um, I know all of my friends who make authentic Mexican food are like cringing right now. Relax, okay? It was just a fast, easy meal. I had nacho chips. We had taco shells. Um, we had burrito wraps. I did the chicken. We had refried beans, rice, cheese, lettuce, sour cream, salsas, several hot sauces. What else did we have? I don't know. We had all kinds of stuff. Um, but it was super fun and laid back. We played games. I stitched some. I wasn't stuck in the kitchen like crazy amounts of time. It was really kind of nice. Um, got up the next morning. For the first time ever, now I did use a packet, so okay. All my friends in the South are going to cringe when I say this. I used a packet to make the like white sausage sawmill gravy, pepper gravy. I added sausage and some other things to it. Never have done that before. Turned out fantastic. I had biscuits. I made scrambled eggs with cheese and stuff in them. I did hash browns, bacon, sausage. Because Bean likes sausage links and the boy likes bacon, so you kind of have to do both to make them both happy. Um, I can go either way. It doesn't really, it's not a big deal. So we had that. We had some fruit. Um, we all ate a grape and a carrot. Um, I forget what else we did. But we had this huge ass breakfast. And I had lots of leftovers. I also did not have any dirty dishes in either sinks here or at my friend's house. So, all those good luck things that my family has traditionally done, we got to do. Um, I have to file a bunch of things with the court today for a couple clients. So I'm kind of like rushing to be able to go to the office, print off things, file them. I'd like to be back to to a new normal where we can go in person to file things, because then they get filed immediately and you know that everything is right, rather than this online or faxing in, emailing in things, because you don't know where you are in the queue. You don't know how, it's been very trying. So okay, so I've been working on my little wall of flosses. I realized that some flosses I have bought 6 or 7 times. Yeah, I haven't even like taken the flosses out of most kits. I've just kind of taken them out of, and I ran out of the little bob and doodads. I have a second bulletin board coming in on Wednesday, I believe, from Amazon, so I can hang up the rest. I have Blanc and then 1 through 799 on my one board, and then hopefully the rest will fit on the second board. But I am short some of these jobby doos because I've numbered them. And I just have to wind. I still have to wind flosses. I hate winding flosses. Um, at the same time, like, whatever. I mean, it just makes sense. But yeah, I'm a little disheartened at myself, and to me, it's kind of a wasteful spending of things. I mean, seriously, I have 4 skeins of 703. It's green. It's not like it's even, it's just a mellow green. Why I have 4 skeins of it? No idea. None. Um, yeah. I must have 5 skeins of 754. I think it's 754. Yes, which is like a peach color. I don't know. I don't know. But this is going to solve that problem because now I can see. So I decided this year too, in having to bobbinate all of this, that I don't collect the little threads because I don't know. That just, it's not me. It's kind of cool, but it's not me. But I started collecting in my ball jar all the little wrapper doodads. This is just really from yesterday and like this weekend. There's nothing before this weekend that's in this pie thing. But I just think it's kind of cool. Um, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with them, but I have them. Feels a little hoarderish to have them. So I don't think it's going to last very long. I think what that maybe is, like, if I go sit at the couch or something where there's not a trash can handy, maybe I will have like the little orts that I just stick in there. I don't know. Okay, so I did do some stitching, believe it or not. I worked on WIPGO, remember, I pulled Santa's Travel by Barbara Anna, and I had done it on a linen, and I wasn't enjoying the stitch at all. It was stressful. It didn't look right to me. It just was funky, which is why during the sale when they were coming out, I just set it aside and ignored it because I just didn't. So I restarted it on, I believe it is a 16 count, might be an 18 count, Dove Gray Ada. And on New Year's Day, might have been New Year's Eve, I restarted and I got that far. Now there are 9 of these blocks, and then there's a really pretty berry and holly sort of border that go around it. I did make one mistake and I frogged it, and I have to go back in and stitch it. But that's not bad for one day's progress. I figured what I do is I'd get all the little boxes in, and then I'll go back in and fill them in with their little pictures. It's a much more enjoyable stitch, honestly. Now, it's actually kind of fun. And that sits in my little gnomey bag. Because I love me some gnomes. The other thing that I must have, I don't know. I don't drink really. Like every once in a while I have a beer or a cider, hard cider. So there's really no excuse for this other than I don't know. I joined, I think I'm doing 15 different sales. Yeah. I may have an issue. I may need a rehab program. But yesterday I did the frame and the first release for Urban Stitches. They're doing After Dark is what they're calling it, and it's like for 18. It's an adult themed stitch. So I thought that would be kind of fun. So I joined it, and I got this lovely piece of navy Ada when I placed my order from Rita at Rita Renings on Facebook. She sent this in as just kind of a freebie. So I originally had started it. So here's the funny thing. So originally, my little blocks, I did them as full crosses. And then I realized, wait, this is a red, like black work sort of design. You don't do full crosses. So I flipped my fabric over because thankfully I figured I could at least get it started to the first release, which were these two little box. And then I could frog if I needed to, but I didn't need to. It was my piece was wide enough, or yeah, that I could fit it all and still have my borders. So I am current on that one. Write that down on a calendar because I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably going to be the only time this year that I am current on a sale because again, I signed up for 57,000 of them. Um, then I'm doing the winter with Stitchotomy. She has, it's a super cute little stitch. I had two skeins. They're labeled 107. They're not 107 now, so I don't know where the hell I picked them up, to be honest with you. But they're this red variegated, and I thought that would be kind of cool, and I had some white Ada. So I am actually, for at least 2 more days, current on another sale. I know. We're both as shocked. We're both just as shocked about this. 2 sales I'm current on. Um, those are the only 2 sales that I've started. Now, one of mine doesn't start till the 10th. That's the one through Cloud Factory. That doesn't start till the 10th. Bean starts on the 15th, but all the rest of them are coming out. So I have Lindy Stitches I'm doing modern folk embroidery. Let me pull out my little sheet here because I can cheat that way. Doing the 3 small words with Janet Jabber. And I forget who else is on that one, and I apologize for forgetting. I have to pick up some of the flosses, but first I want to finish bobbinating to see if, in fact, I don't really do have them before I would just seriously just go to the store and buy like the 7 or 8 DMCs that I need. But no, 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 no. Plus, I'm stitching from stash, and I don't want to throw off my numbers. I'm all anal retentive like that. Okay, so we have the 3 small words. I'm doing the On the Beach Sal, the one that Michelle Bendy is doing. See, Lindy Stitches. I'm also doing It's a Marshmallow World with Rolodex Stitcher, and I forget who else is doing that with her. They have a sale going on Instagram for it, and it's an adorable pattern. So, of course, you're going to sell. Sure, I'll join you. What the hell? I'll join you. So, start all the things. Okay, so, oh, which reminds me, don't let me forget that. So I picked up that. I have the fabric cut. I have not pulled the flosses forward or anything because, again, I was working on putting up the boards and seeing where I am, and then that way I can go to Joann's or wherever and kind of start to fill in, so I have at least one skein of every single DMC, like main numbers. I probably won't worry about doing like the étoiles or anything like that. Okay, so we have that one. I'm gonna start the peppermint purple to 2021, even though I'm not done with 2020. Maybe I'll stitch them side by side, because, you know, I wanted to do the Cunning Cross Stitch Magic Kingdom one. They came out with the first square. It's not really a square, it's like the first blob, which sounds horrible. But the first blob is the Little Mermaid, which is one of my favorites. I love the music from Little Mermaid. It's fun. I love the beach, obviously. So I have to do that one. I wanted to do that one. For some reason, I had it in my brain that they were doing the Animal Kingdom at Disneyland or Disney World. And I was like, I don't need 14 animal, like, but they're doing Magic Kingdom. Don't ask. We're just going to blame it on 2020 and move forward. So we're doing the Cutting Cross Stitch Magic Kingdom one. I have the Modern Folk Art embroidery one. I cut the fabric for. I have to decide my colors. Pixel Stitches is doing a really cool sort of retro Nintendo-y sort of one that I saw started. and I was like, ooh, that's kind of cool. Kind of like I'll keep my eyes on it. And then in talking with Bean, I decided I have to do it. Steady Thread has a really cool black work of garden, and their frame is really cool. So you literally look like you're filling in the garden. I mean, they have several options, but that's the one I'm going to do. Uh-huh. The linens and things, of course, because it's beautiful. And, well, it's way different. It's not that, I don't know, it's kind of throwing me because I was expecting more closer to the lines of last year's, which is gorgeous. But this one is kind of modern Art Deco-y looking so far. And that's got me really kind of going, okay. So I decided to do that. What the hell? And then we have the No Planet B, which again doesn't start till the 10th. And I'm still doing, well, okay, I'm collecting the patterns. I haven't gotten past Matryoshka #1, but the Lakeside Noodles Matryoshka doll one, which is absolutely adorable. And yeah, I don't know why I'm not working on it because I love Matryoshkas. I have a whole flipping collection of them. Seriously. Like that have come from Poland and Russia and stuff. Like authentic Matryoshkas. And then I've got the fun ones like Sock Monkey one and a Santa Claus one or something. It's like a Christmas theme. But I have like a really gorgeous Matryoshka doll. So you'd think I'd be like current on that one. Nope. Nope. Okay, so the other thing, I did finish Mary and Minty by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. I think I got her name right, their name right. I changed in the alpaca for Santa's beard, the little doodad, and then the border here, and then even the deer's chest and tail. I left off the snowflakes and filled in the tree edge here because you're not going to see the snowflake white on white. You're not going to really see them. I was like, well, then it's done. It's absolutely adorable. I did mess up the little flower somehow. They're not getting ripped out. They're lovely the way they are. Nobody is going to know except for all of us who have watched this video. Super cute. I would totally stitch this again. I pulled random DMCs that were sort of like the call for. I would totally stitch it again. It is a cute, fun, easy, quick stitch. Absolutely would do it again. The Steady Thread Merry Christmas. I decided not to do the dangling bits. Finished it. It will make either a cute little, did I tell you guys this? I feel like I've said this. It will either make a cute little little roll pillow maybe with added fabric, of course, to make it a decent size so that you can actually read what it says, or I'll just flat finish it. I don't know. It's in the pile. It's in that pile that I talk about of I don't know what I'm going to do or when I'm going to finish them, but at least that they're finishes. So the other thing that I did yesterday, I spent a vast majority of the day. I had gotten 6 or 7 yards from Rita, 60 inches wide of 16 and 18 count Aida. And I went through with all of my starts and I sort of gathered up for my plan for this year. And ones that I kind of want to put some time into and focus on finishing. And I cut all the fabric. I'm not going to pull them out one by one. I'm not, because we will be here forever, and that, like, seriously, the day is short. But here's the stack. And because when I got it in, I was like, what the hell did I buy so much fabric for? What was I thinking? Like, did I have a big project in mind? And I did. 5 of the yards, I think 5 of them. Several of the yards were to do the artsy chapel ceiling one, but I haven't bought the pattern, and I was like, okay, that's going to be my reward if I get like a full covered board on WIPCO. I'm going to buy the pattern, and when I buy the pattern, I'll go back to Rita and I'll buy the however many yards of fabric I need. But I was like looking at this and I'm going, and I've done this before, like, what the hell was I planning? So, or I've cut fabric and going, what was I planning? Like, I don't know what I cut this for, because I didn't put it with the pattern for whatever reason. So I have to make, as of right now, I need to make 44 project bags. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. 44.
We're judging you hard.
Yeah, my son's judging me, but he's a judger. It's okay, I judge his room. So I cut them out, leaving basically a 3-inch border all the way around, and I put the little, whatever I call the pattern, or what the pattern's name is, on a little piece of cut file card, and I pinned it to the fabric. So every single one of these are allocated for something. I literally have left like some little pieces that will be cute for ornaments, because I want to do the other style that I want to do is the 24 or 12 ornaments in 2021, where you do 1 or 2 ornaments every month, so that you're not in this mad rush at Christmas time and you have beautiful ornaments. Because but here's the funny part. So remember, I had been debating whether I was going to do no new starts in 2021. And I thought, okay, let's see how far I can get on this, right? Did anybody start a bingo, like, you know, when you pull like the Super Bowl scores? Did anybody start a square thing on how long Kelly was going to last? Because if you pick the number 2, you'd be right. Because you get one free one for the year. But then I started this one too. Kelly made it 2 days. 2 days. I think that's a record. I should ask in the group if it's a record. Yeah. So there's that. Because, you know. So I decided, well, if I flunk out of no new starts in 2021, Kelly's start all the fucking things in 2021. Because why not? Because I literally cut out all of that fabric for projects and have all of those patterns. Yes. Yes. And then I have a couple more, like, well, if I go ahead and buy a little bit more fabric, I have at least 7 more off the top of my head last night at midnight, closer to 1 o'clock in the morning, of other starts I'd like to do. And I don't have a single Easter pattern on here. And I have a couple really cute little Easter patterns that I want to whip up. So you can see where that's going. I should probably just go ahead and make 50 project bags. And what I do with my projects, even if they're in a Ziploc right now, I have one of those like 9 cube shelves, and they go in there. And then on the top, I have all of my finishes that are waiting to get FFO'd. And then I have like a bucket. It's not a bucket. It's like a square basket. I think it's a rectangle. And all of my patterns, like actual patterns, are in there. Let's just say I probably need a second one of those. Whatever. It's my hobby. Don't judge. We don't judge about projects on this and numbers of whips on this channel, just so you all know. The only one that may is the boy child. And really and truly, I could duct tape his mouth shut. Silence is golden, but duct tape is silver. So I pulled out my big happy planner because I am a paper planner girl. One thing that I have learned in the last year, I am a paper planner girl. I love my cell phone. Don't get me wrong. I do a lot on it. But for majority of things, I'm a paper planner girl. I have to see it in writing, like my things to do list and everything. So I went on Etsy, and I did find planner pages that I like that I think are pretty close to what I wanted in my brain to do. So they look like this. And then for free, I searched free planner inserts. I found these for monthlies. And then on the front of each month, I just went in to like Pinterest, and I printed off one main picture that made me either laugh or think about something or whatever, or just was motivating. But I have a nice clear border where I can doodle or do whatever I need. Um, and yeah, so I did that. And then I also printed off my Whip Go board, and that's at the very front of my planner. Um, I have a little note to myself that I also need to print off. I'm gonna, right now it's handwritten, which is totally fine, but I'm gonna type up my whip list. I wanted to put on there a graph of like that I can color in when I've read a book. And audiobooks for me count. Um, I would like to read at least 24. I read way more than that in 2020. Um, I want to have a section where I list and maybe even include like a little thumbnail picture of all of my PDF patterns, because I tend to forget those because I look in the bin for real ones and I tend to forget all of the ones that I have on like PDF files. And then I'm going to put in like the big DMC checklist so that I know when I'm at the store, hey, you don't have this one, you don't have this one. So again, that I have a complete set. And then I always print out my yearly goals. My yearly goals hopefully will include Ironman. Some house projects, some self-improvement projects. I like to do that. Like I want to learn how, we're going to work on the knitting socks. I have the yarn. I now have the needles. I even started that pattern. Like I said, I have not worked on them again. So there's that. What else did I decide that I wanted to put in there? Right now, that's about it that I want to add section-wise. So I'm going to hopefully get those done. Those will get done this week, at some point this week. They may not get done today. I really need to focus on some lawyering. Is that a fancy word? Lawyering. You have to lawyer. So yeah, that's kind of where we're going. Mystery boxes for Stitch Life magazine. There's still time to get in on them, but they are shipping. The pattern that will be is a design just for that box. It's not, and I don't know that Dana has any plans to release it like in a year or whatever. It's limited edition. It is totally cute. I believe the artist's company's name is Chirpin Whimsy. I think that's it. It's adorable. Dana on some of the Stitch Life daily dishes or even on Happy Hour, which I'm a part of the Stitch Life Happy Hour, has been showing design, like has been kind of spoiling the surprise. But it's been fun. I always worry when I buy like blindly like that because I have eclectic taste. It's not that I don't have eclectic taste. I do, but they're still specific. And I've also realized that as a result of my upbringing and some things that have happened, I don't like surprises. I don't. It is not fun. Please don't ever throw me a surprise party. I love getting like little things in the mail that I'm not expecting, but like bigger things, I don't like surprises. It is very unsettling. And it's funny because I have another friend who has some of this past our pasts are similar, and she feels the same way. Like it makes us very uncomfortable. Like that like people have that zone of anticipation when they get all excited. Her and I stress out about it. So that said, again, drop me a card. I love cards. I love that kind of stuff. But big presents. Don't tell me you're doing it, and for the love of God, please don't ever. Well, don't ever send me clowns. They freak me out. I think it's weird. I don't stitch clowns at all. No. Nope. Not happening. But yeah, the flip side to that is I love sending like little happy mails to people. I just spent $100 at the post office the other day, as a matter of fact, sending out happy mail to people. So if you want happy mail from me, you have to send me your address. So there's that, you know. Um, no, I don't know. We don't take down the tree till the 6th, so the tree is still up. That's when the three kings come to visit the baby. And we're not talking about baby Yoda. We're talking about the Christ child, not baby Yoda. Although I suppose the three kings could come to baby Yoda. I don't have a problem with them visiting more than one child. It'll be kind of a fun activity picture. So yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I need to drink more water. I'm sort of like a cucumber with anxiety. I think most people are. So, with that said, yeah, let me know what your New Year's plans are. Like, what are you planning? Like, what are your goals for the year? I hate resolutions because everybody, like, the, but if you plan, like, a goal, like, if you set a goal for the year, like, I want to read 24 books, that's not hard. That's 2 books a month. I don't even, like, look, if I read a Dr. Seuss book, it counts. It's a book. It's a book. It's a book. Bobby, it's a book. I don't read spooky books. I love listening to Bobby. If you have not checked her out at Pumpkin Creek Primitives, she's Pumpkin Creek Prim on Etsy and even on Facebook now. And I believe she's Pumpkin Creek Primitives on here and on Instagram. Anyways, I love listening to her talk about spooky stuff and like her little witchy stories and hot mess hour story time. Love it. I laugh through it. I find it fascinating. Um, but I don't do, yeah. But yeah, if you're like wanting to set a book goal, also I'm on Goodreads. Um, and so I tend to like keep track of books on Goodreads. So if you're on Goodreads, go ahead and friend me. Um, not like you're, whatever, if you want to stalk me on my book reading. They should have like a pattern, like a Goodreads site for cross stitchers. Maybe I'll get, yeah. Yeah, they do. They need to read this pattern of 7. It was a joyful stitch. This one is a nightmare. Stay away from it. It doesn't line up. All of those type of things. Anyways, so I have that. I have, clearly the gym is open still, thank goodness. So my goal is, it's not on my plan. That's the weirdest thing. My coach didn't put it on my plan. We're doing a lot of strength training and stuff. And because swimming is hit or miss and we're trying to keep me clearly in a very safe bubble, swimming is not on my plan, at least not for the next couple weeks. But I really miss being in the water, and I think that would help my the tension in my shoulders and in my lower back. Maybe loosen up a little bit is getting in the water and sort of playing mermaid. So that said, I don't have anything else other than rambling, which I'm good at, but I do need to get to work on some client stuff. So yeah, drop me a note and we'll go from there. And if nothing else, on Fridays you can catch Stitch Life Happy Hour here on flosstube, and then next Monday we'll be here because Mondays just work out easier for me right now. So have fun, enjoy life, do something epic. Let me know what it is so I can cheer you on.